Cleveland actually turned out to be a great place to shoot. We had a very challenging, large, car sequence with a full-size runaway armored car. At 35 miles an hour, it hits, 2 or 3 cars and doesn't slow down a mile an hour. It keeps going. These cars are punched down the street, up on the sidewalks. Nothing stops this armored car.
Because our second unit stunt team had to so own the streets, there was no way a city of New York size could give us the streets with that much latitude for the long amount of time that we need.
Cleveland was very happy to have us come in, take 7 blocks of their downtown area, and recreate New York, and it worked wonderfully.
It's really not feasible to control a street like this in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. Most major cities completely rejected the idea.
We're on Euclid Avenue. Euclid Avenue is one of the major east-west thoroughfares going through downtown Cleveland. It was built in roughly the same era as a lot of New York City, so a lot of the architecture is pretty comparable. We only have about 400,000 some people in the city, and so we're much less trafficked than a place like New York or Chicago. In order for Dan Bradley to do his precision driving work, they really needed a smooth surface, and so Mayor Jackson agreed to repave most of Euclid Avenue so that the production could get what it needed in terms of road smoothness.
I think in Cleveland we destroyed 18 different cars. They were all parked cars, and each car that we hit along the curb I wanted to have a slightly different interaction. So we rid cars. One we called the helicopter car. And it's a car that, when the armored car clips it, it pushes it up into a station wagon parked in front of it, and as it drives by, it catches the rear end of it and causes it to spin and wind up in the street behind the armored car.
Nick,
yes, sir.
Let's make sure that we have nothing but sedans in the oncoming traffic. I'm flying the arm over.
Nothing but small cars, copy that.
Hey, buddy.
Going out to 25 miles an hour.
We were using a car that was designed to encase the cameras in steel so that we could drive into other vehicles without crushing the cameras. So it was sort of a mobile camera safe.
My name's Tim Rigby, and I'm driving this camera vehicle to a near miss with the garbage truck here. I'm going to start about 300 feet back, get up to 40 miles an hour, and then back from that there's a deceleration, a series of lines that are going to break in progressive lengths to slowly decelerate me to the end mark.
The rope decelerator it's a pretty simple idea. Our car at 40 miles an hour weighed about 115,000 pounds. So that's a lot of weight. Each rope I used takes 4,000 pounds of energy to break. So it's really simple subtraction. Every rope is 4,000 pounds, times that by 20 ropes, and then suddenly you have 80,000 pounds of deceleration. So every time a rope breaks, you're taking away that much energy.
I think the last rope and the last cable might be close to the same length.
They are.
Maybe.
The rope's 20 feet, the cable's 22.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sure the stretch in the rope.
Uh-huh.
First part of the gag worked amazingly well. You see the armored car slam into the side of a garbage truck, and suddenly the rear end pops up in the air. It was a good 15 feet in the air, and the car was on the verge of flipping over on its side, and the tiller arm, it's like a tiller on a boat, steering the car, and the arm bent, so the car literally steered out from rolling over. It was impossible and disappointing all in the same breath.
Our goal in that shot was for it to land on its side and it's a little unpredictable. The cannons came off the ground before they fired, so we didn't get a full stroke. But what we're going to do is put it in its matched position that it left its last good frame out of, and use another truck just to pull it sideways.
Sort of thinking on the fly, I looked at the shots I had and said, well, you know, we have to finish this today. I don't have any time to try it again. So I decided that I could prop the car up in the last attitude we saw it in several shots where it was, you know, on its front end, and then simply pull it over. So, you know, we quickly propped the car up so that the rear end was, you know, 12 feet higher than the front end, and used a cable attached to two semi-trucks like a pair of horses. And suddenly they took off, and it jerks the car off the stands, and it winds up on its roof.
And to the crew, Spider-Man, thank you for a great hard week.